Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be talking about Weng, the Blade Master by Maestro Union. This is part of the Furay Planet range that they've been designing, and this is MU003, meaning this is the third release from this company. The first one was a crocodile, which I didn't get. The second one was a badass looking werewolf called Veteran William, which I most definitely did get. And now they've released Weng. This is basically an anthropomorphic tiger with a really cool Asian warrior vibe, and I'm all for it. But quickly taking a look at the packaging, you see you've got some lovely writing there with Weng the Blade Master's name down there. Some really cool, I believe, Chinese writing there. Some nice, awesome artwork on the corner, and you get a nice full-on view of the figure there, which is really nice, because if you're going into a shop and if you saw this figure, it would definitely catch your eye. Now there seems to be some sort of paint scuffing on there. I don't know if something's been hitting off of it or another box, like maybe the artwork on the back has rubbed against the plastic. Who knows? But as you can see, no, Weng hasn't been trying to break out of the box himself. I bought this from AliExpress, and it comes with all the love and care that AliExpress gives to its packaging. You got the Maestro Union logo up there. This is age 16 and plus. This is not for kids. It has too many small parts. And then on the side we've got Furay Planet, Maestro Union, some more lovely artwork, and it says in the corner here there is a comic book included. Now there is rumours that I think Big Bad Toy Store have got the moulds for Veteran William the werewolf, and they're going to use that on one of their other figures. So it's going to be literally like a clone of the Veteran William figure, but it may come with different accessories and a different paint app and be part of a different line of figures, which is always weird to me. I don't know how that works. Hey, if it gives us more awesome werewolves, who cares? And then on the side here again, we've got some more lovely artwork, MUFP003, Furay Planet up the top. Lots of warnings and whatnot on the bottom, probably some cast and crew as well. But let's be honest, we didn't come here for the box. We want to open this up and we want to get this figure out and see exactly what he's like. So let's do it. And then there are two clamshells. This one's got some feet in it. It's got a case with his swords in, and it's got the straw hat. You also get a few extra accessories to add onto the figure itself. And this is the front clamshell. And it comes with the figure itself, an extra head sculpt, an extra neck piece, and lots of hands. Okay, I'm going to get this guy out, have a play around with it, and see exactly what we get. Okay, so my first impression straight out of the box is just I'm really impressed by just how easy he was to stand. Even though he does have these big animal paws, they're pretty flat on the bottom, which allows for pretty good balance. Not only that, but I'm absolutely surprised by all the accessories he gets. Even though I knew he was coming with all this stuff, just getting it all out of the box. I just love the unpacking process when you've got loads of different accessories, you know. Options open up to you. Your head just fills with different poses and stuff, and it just makes the whole unboxing experience just a little bit more exciting. It comes with a really detailed straw hat. It's really nice to look at. There's lots of washing in it. There's loads of little lines and stuff to make it look realistic, and there's a big crack down the middle to give it a little bit more detail, makes it look battle worn. Very, very cool. He also comes with a gourd that carries either wine or maybe water. I'm not sure what. Who knows what his favourite tipple is. Drunken Master style, you never know. And he also comes with a smoking pipe, and it also has like a little hanging dongle on the front that you have to stick on yourself. He also comes with extra feet. He comes with two big massive swords. He comes with a case to carry said swords, and he also comes with a whole bunch of hands, including pipe holding hand, gripping hands, fisted hands, you name it. You can do a lot of poses with him. So overall, when it comes to accessories, he comes with a lot. Now my only criticism really would be because of the cape. It is big, it is rubbery, it is heavy, and therefore it can really change the balance of this figure quite a lot. So if you're going to pose him with it, make sure that you actually get the balance and the centre of gravity right, because if not, that cape's going to pull him back pretty quickly. But the details on the cape are fantastic. There's lovely weathering and there's a wash around the trim. And the fur sculpted into the top part is it's the exact same sort of fur style that they gave Veteran William, and it looks really, really good. There's lovely gradients throughout. It goes really dark near the top and then lowers down into a fine light feather at the bottom. and it has been sculpted in a way to give it a bit more movement and make it look a bit more dramatic on the figure. Before we move off, I nearly forgot to point out that he comes with an extra fur piece for around the neck. Now that is a pretty nice piece. It does hide the longish neck that he comes with, but also it does restrict the posing movements a little bit more. So it's going to be sort of like a 50-50 swap, in that if you're going to use that extra fur piece, it is going to restrict the head movement a little bit more. Or you can take it off and get some really good posing out of that neck and head area. And he also comes with an extra head sculpt, one that's more relaxed, but it also comes with an extra ponytail as well, and you can swap them around. I can't really see much of a difference between them. I think one sort of dashes off to the side a little bit more than the other. I could be wrong, and they could just be the same, which is a little bit of a shame because they could have given you a neat one and a messy one. That would have just been a really nice touch, but other than that, yeah, I really like everything he comes with. But then we got onto the situation of talking about posing, didn't we? So let's talk about that. The posing on this guy is surprising considering how big and bulky he is. He has a lot of mass, but he's still able to pose pretty well. And I was surprised by just how many poses you could get out of this guy, considering he has a 90-degree bend in the arm, which always makes it just a little bit more restricted. But also the extra posing options, the butterfly joint, the shoulder joint, the bicep swivel, and the wrist swivel do allow you to get a bit more posing out of this guy. The torso articulation is pretty good. It leans back a lot more than it does lean forward. That lower torso area is restricted by the clothing and the belt. However, the clothing and the belt is so detailed that to not have it would have just been an absolute shame. So I'm glad they went that way because it looks fantastic. Leg articulation is a little bit more restricted because of the clothing, but I was surprised just how many different joints he has in the legs, which really does help. The hind leg design really does allow you to actually get some more poses out of him, as long as you utilize every single joint in the leg rather than just relying on the hips or the knees. From the details in the thigh guards, they've sort of painted some metal plating on that right hand side, but also they've given it some oxidization, and that is something that they've done throughout this whole figure. The brass couplets and the little brass pieces in the case for the swords, as well as on his wrist guards, there is so much oxidization going on. It looks really good and gives this a layer of detail that you didn't know you wanted, but you got it anyway. And I really like the little jade circlets he's got on the front of his belt. They hang down, but they're also like a clear green resin, so they look like jade. It is beautiful, honestly, and the details inside the rings as well, so finite but really appreciated. And the red cloth that drapes down, it's all weathered and tatty, and it's given a black wash to really bring out the details. Honestly, the sculpting on this thing is exemplary. Now, looking at the boots, you can swap out the paws for actual real boots, and the boots are a little bit better because they give him a bit more purchase and a bit more balance, because they're a bit wider, a bit flatter, and they can actually stand a bit more easy. So I would consider putting the boots on this guy just because it gives him just a little bit more balance, and he will stand a bit more confidently on the shelf. The tiger striping on this guy is just beautiful. The black stripes could have been really faded and really off looking and not really fitting right, but they've done the extra work and made sure that those stripes are nice, deep black, and they also look like they actually merge in with the fur perfectly. And as for the oranges on this guy, they pop, they really do. And you can see how it gets darker as you get into the deeper parts of the muscles rather than the lighter parts that are sort of sticking out on the outside. Honestly, this really is a standout piece in my collection already. So, overall, what do I think about the figure? Well, I absolutely love the sculpt, the articulation, and the accessories. The paint app is second to none, and I absolutely love the way that he can just stand on his own without a base. This is a prime example of where I would like other figure companies to go. This level of detail cannot be ignored. Now, it's not without its flaws. It can be a pain to swap the hands out. You're going to need a hairdryer every single time you want to swap them out, which can be a little bit frustrating because you can't just do things on the fly. The same with the feet, you've got to warm them up. I also find that the tail pops out occasionally, which can also be a little bit annoying. And also the balance with that cape on can be a little bit ropey, so you just have to be a bit more cautious with the balance and get his center of gravity a lot more confidently. Otherwise, he may just fall over. And it genuinely feels like if Kung Fu Panda had been made in the 80s, then this is what it would have looked like. It's so cool. And the fact that I can put him in next to my NECA Ninja Turtles really does make him just a little bit better. But I do worry a little bit because he is so detailed that he may steal attention away from them. But that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. If you do me a favour now, if you can get out of my cave, I'm going to go put this guy next to Veteran William, and I'm going to look forward to that Kung Fu Bunny that they've been teasing recently. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye.